I have 100 of most frequently asked questions about arm wrestling right here. And I thought, let's try to go through as many as we can in this video where it's not too overwhelming, but I'll try to answer many things about sport that I love, which is arm wrestling. And I have been invested in arm wrestling for a good part of 2 decades. How do I win at arm wrestling? It's very easy. Arm wrestling, modern arm wrestling, usually happens on arm wrestling tables. Arm wrestling tables have a specific design where you put your elbow and where you need to get your opponent's wrist. So as soon as your opponent's wrist touches the pad, what we call pin pad, or the wrist goes under it, that's a pin and you win. That's how you win at arm wrestling. Are there any tricks to winning an arm wrestle? People like to call it tricks. They like to call it many different things, but it is technique. Like many sports, I would say all the sports involve technique. Technique is, how to say, efficient waste of your time, right? Because you can do a lot of things, but if you do it efficiently, those things, you're going to consume your time, energy, and you will win faster, right? If someone learns how to dribble really good with closed eyes, you will probably dribble better. There was no trick. He just learned the basic things. In arm wrestling, it's also the same thing. So you should learn the basic things. In this channel, there's tons of videos on the basic arm wrestling training, like how to win at arm wrestling. If you Google that, probably one of my videos is going to pop up and you can learn it there. But it's no secret how to win at arm wrestling. You just need to understand the basic techniques, which is top roll or hook, and whichever you choose to use, that will give you the best results. Is arm wrestling more about strength or technique? So while you don't know how to arm wrestle, it is all about technique, right? But even if you know arm wrestling and someone is just that much stronger on things that matter, that is, their cupping power, their pulling back power, back pressure, their pronator, their side pressure, nothing else matters. So I believe it is like this. When you begin arm wrestling, technique is the most important thing. You have to learn. When you learn how to arm wrestle, that is technique. When you know how to arm wrestle, then it's strength. Because then the only thing that matters is how strong you are in some moves, in some vectors than the other guy. Because at some point, you can start let's say your journey begins as a beginner, amateur, then local pro, and then maybe you compete on world stage. And if you compete on some global competitions, everyone knows how to arm wrestle. Everyone has their techniques. Will they choose the right technique, to beat you? That's on them. But it comes down to strength. You can know the best technique you want, but you need strength. So in arm wrestling, you have to gain both things. At the start, I believe technique needs more attention than the strength part. And the strength part will grow as you understand technique part, and then it should outgrow the technique part. What exercise will make me better at arm wrestling? Arm wrestling. Like, this is the easiest answer. Arm wrestling will make you better at arm wrestling. It's same thing as saying, like, what kind of exercise will make you a better boxer, better runner, better long jumper, anything, better race car driver. It's the thing that you have to do. There's things how to assist your training, what you can do in your, you can go to gym and train some specific moves for arm wrestling, some specific fundamental exercises and muscles and things like that. But here's the thing. All the pulling motions, because arm wrestling is pulling, will help you. So if you do your pull-ups, if you do your rows, if you do some variations of curls, all those things will help you to be better at arm wrestling, but nothing is better than the arm wrestling itself. How should I train for arm wrestling? So this is a very complicated question because there's many different answers. And again, the easiest one is just go to the table and practice with someone. If you go around the world, there is many different systems that work. There's many different training systems that work. Bulgarians spend a lot of time arm wrestling. When I mean a lot of time, I do mean a lot of time. You go a little bit part of this part of the world, we like to mix our specific gym training together with arm wrestling training. You will go to some other parts like, and they will just do gym training mostly when they know how to arm wrestle. So I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. What you need to do is start. You start doing something, you see there's a progress, and then you need to understand it. Because a lot of times guys will mix gym training with arm wrestling training, and they will say like, they will do like gym training, I mean specific arm wrestling training, and then arm wrestling training on the table. And they will do their gym training so hard that when they go to arm wrestling table, everything hurts, you're injured, you can't move, you can't really do good things there. So do you get the benefits from both? Or is it that the arm wrestling training on the table needs to have accessories on the gym training, and the gym training should help you improve, not put you on a setback? So those are the things you kind of need to figure out for yourself. This channel has a lot of guidance there. Also, I created Arm Wrestling Academy. It's specifically made for beginners. I think it will help you first 3 years. There is 6 hours, just the specific information you need, because there is so much information that you can get, 8 hours, that you can get lost because you do so many different things, you watch so many different arm wrestles. You see what Devin is doing, but Devin has 30 years of arm wrestling behind him already. So what he's doing right now might not be the necessary thing for you when you haven't built those fundamental strengths. So check out Arm Wrestling Academy. Link is in description. You can start your arm wrestling journey there. Can I practice arm wrestling alone, or do I need a partner? You need a partner. And listen, all you need to do is find someone and arm wrestle them. Not try to show all the time that you are better. I will arm wrestle someone, I will just destroy them. They will not want to arm wrestle you. You are just a dick, right? So be nice to someone you want to train with, and they will train with you. If you really can't find anyone to practice with, there's variations with bands you can do, there's exercise you can do, but nothing beats practicing with a real person. Arm wrestling alone with yourself is kind of boring. I think one of the best part about arm wrestling is socializing, and you have to look at it like this. Every arm wrestler, if you go to practice, is a different exercise machine. Completely different, because if the club is multi-technical, that means there isn't just everyone pulling one style. It's gonna be very interesting experience for everyone. And most of the time you can find someone on your level. You can ask someone to really arm wrestle you, like, please don't pin me, let me work, and you can get all those things done. So yeah. Do I need official arm wrestling table to train? It wouldn't, listen, it's a good investment in my opinion. It is a really good investment. We have a lot of arm wrestling tables, and I do never train without one, but you don't need it. If you know how to arm wrestle, it's fine. But I do like good arm wrestling table. I wouldn't think of, I couldn't imagine myself training without arm wrestling table, like training arm wrestling specifically, like trying to figure out the surface and everything. As soon as I put the table, I know where my body is, I know where my elbow is and everything. So it definitely helps. It builds your awareness on the table. You can make it yourself. You can ask someone to make it really cheap, or you can buy it, and it will be probably very good investment for you. Like arm wrestling tables, we have some tables 20, 30 years old. And then sometimes you just need to change the pads or the cover or something, and they will last a lifetime. So it's a really good investment in my opinion. If you can afford it. If you can't, figure out a way to do it, or at least build those dimensions. That definitely helps, because if you just train on some surface, you go to competition, your elbow is all over the place. So yeah. How often should I practice arm wrestling? So most times, most clubs practice once a week or once every 2 weeks. There's hardcore people that practice more. And if you have built yourself that conditioning when you can practice multiple times a week, just think about, it's gonna be hard. So once a week or twice a week is a must for me. This is how much you should be practicing, at least. The practice should be a practice. Problem is, everyone treats it like it's competition, and you go there and you're trying to beat everyone, you try to arm wrestle everyone. and you go home and you're sore for a week. You come back, you're still sore, haven't improved. So be careful about how you do it, but practicing once a week. And if you can practice more, and especially like Bulgarians have a good system where they practice multiple times a day, and I think it builds your table intelligence very quickly because you have a lot of repetitions. Think about it like this: arm wrestling, like any other thing, you have to put in repetitions. More repetitions you do, more efficient your body does the thing you're trying to do. So once a week, or the worst, once every 2 weeks. Will lifting weights help me win at arm wrestling? Absolutely. But of course, your squats will not help you win an arm wrestling. Someone will say, well, listen, but you get muscles on your legs, so the muscle in your body helps you. No, I don't arm wrestle with my legs. The only thing, like, listen, you can arm wrestle without having anything else, but you need an arm, right? So building strength on your arm in general strength positions, in specific strength positions, will help you and make you a better arm wrestler. Like it's a fact, you know. A lot of people can just do it by table practice. A lot of people can do it with some weird training systems, mindaugas sites. But most people will go to gym. They enjoy gym, and if you're a gym guy, like just you love it, you can do your general training plus your arm wrestling training. You can kind of mix it up. But yes, the answer is yes. I went too long for this. It was just yes. How can I strengthen my wrist for arm wrestling? So arm wrestling, what a lot of people think is, so wrist curls is like this when you curl something. In arm wrestling, we have this term cupping. So cupping means you contain with your fingers and you slide in like this. So you need exercises like this that are closest to a cupping motion. So either dumbbells with a fat grip, any arm wrestling handles. Like this channel has so many videos how to train cupping. So just Google it and you will find it. Forearm training, wrist training, all those things. So it's probably one of the easiest things to do and strengthen. Most of the time I see guys doing it not enough. They will say like, my wrist is weak, and I'm like, how much you did? Like, I did like 2 exercises for like 4 sets of 6. How about you do more? How can I improve my grip strength for arm wrestling? So for arm wrestling, grip strength is not the thing you want. Squeezing is a kind of bad thing. Containing, being able to keep your fingers like this in a flat position and then do the things you want to do, either with a top roll, either with a hook, whatever. So strengthening your fingers and your grip in this position is a must. And again, tons of videos I have made, different things you can find in a regular gym, some specific equipment, some things you can make it yourself. Like for everyone, I would say invest in some handles for a long term. If you have some handles for yourself, it's going to be really, really good for you to train with. What are the main arm wrestling techniques I should know? Hook and top roll. So when someone comes to my gym, we start with top roll. Top roll, and they are both, so they are opposite. So one is going inside, like this, like everything goes through the inside. Shoulder moves forward, body moves forward, you pull everything here through going forward. That is hook. Everything goes backwards, you attack someone's wrist. That is top roll. Again, deep explanation on it. Just use it, check this channel, you will find it, how to do a top roll, how to do a hook. Yeah, I'll probably link some videos in description for it. What is the best technique to use in arm wrestling? The one that wins, the one technique that wins is the best technique to use. Everyone can have a different technique, but there's still one technique that wins. So use that. So most of the time when you start arm wrestling, you are kind of lost and you think like you start doing this and then someone turn you in a hook. You're trying a top roll, someone turn you in a hook, now you need hook. If your hook is something like, and you feel like very weak in a hook, let's say like this. If your top roll is the thing that makes you win most of the matches, yet someone can get you in a hook, how about you improve your top roll so no one can get you in a hook? So whatever technique your body naturally does, whatever technique you feel most comfortable in, build everything around it. Build things around it. Then there's people that really want to win, and that's one of the best qualities in arm wrestling, is not to give up, is to fight really, really hard. You take some damage, but you do win. And having that probably makes the best arm wrestlers. Arm wrestlers don't want to lose, they don't want to quit, and they will find a way to win. So have a little bit of that. How do I perform a top roll in arm wrestling? So top roll is attack on someone's fingers and wrist. So you are trying to break their grip and pull their arm away. That is the main purpose on top roll. There's many different executions. And again, depends on who you're fighting, the strengths of your opponent, depends on your strengths. It can be a low hand top roll that is great versus hook puller. It could be a posting top roll that's great against other top rollers. There's many different types. Open arm top roll, very close, like many different ways. The whole idea is you are trying to pronate. So this is pronation. You're trying to pronate your opponent, pronate arm away and attack their hand and wrist. So if this falls, they don't have much to fight to go against. And then they have to do some other techniques that are less comfortable. So we did 15 of the questions. I think for first video, this is enough. I think we're gonna make a series out of this, and this will be a part 1. Listen, if you have more questions, put them in the comment section right now, ask them, and I will see which ones of these don't overlay, and I will answer them also, because these are general questions that people always search for, and probably they need an explanation for it. So yeah, anyway, all the things that I said you can find on this channel. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling.